Welcome to iWire Subaru wiring harness installation video part 4. In this video, we cover how to install the dash piece and center console. Bring in the dash from the passenger side. Be careful not to hit the plastic clamshell in the steering column. Then, pull the gauge cluster plugs in through the dash bar. There are 2 tabs on the back of the dash. Once you've lined those 2 tabs up with the back of the dash will slide into place. If this screw does not sit flush with the hole, then the dash isn't seated all the way and you need to adjust the dash. Then you can take your bendy 10mm socket and tighten down the 2 screws. Put the small 10mm screws into the 2 holes to secure the dash to the firewall. Plug in your defrost connector. And also plug in your hazard plug. This is the plug you don't want to get confused with the plug going to the steering column. Screw in the bolts on the sides of the dash. You can recognize these bolts because they don't have a Phillips head on them. Next, you'll screw in the airbag bolts. There are a total of 3 bolts, 1 in the front and 2 in the back. Make sure you tighten these so your airbags are secure in case of an accident. Now you'll want to glide the gauge cluster in. Make sure to plug in your connectors first. You'll just match up the plugs to the back of the cluster, and there should be 3 of them. Secure it into place with 3 black screws. 2 will be at the bottom and 1 will be at the top. We suggest a stubby screwdriver for the top screw since it can be a little tight. Then put the bezel in. It will click into place into the 2 mounting tabs at the bottom. Screw in the 2 black screws at the top of the bezel to secure it into place. There will be a switch on the steering column. This is your parking lights. Make sure you don't see the orange light, otherwise your parking lights will be on when you turn the car on. Pull out the plugs for the AC and heater module. Now you will mount the actual AC and heater unit. You will want to set the wires to the most extended option so it's easier to connect underneath. The wire will go through the dash bar and up to the heater box and blower box. You'll see a small C-clip on the end of the plastic wire. There is a matching spot once you hook the ring onto it that it will slide into. Now insert all of the plugs into the back of the AC heater unit. Make sure to test all of the C-clips so the wire moves on the inside and not the entire plastic piece. You'll want to make sure to test all of them properly before finishing putting your car together. Put the center trim piece in place. There are two little clips in the top that will hold it in place. Then you will want to screw in the two screws at the very top below the upper dash piece. Then screw in the two screws that go from the back piece to the center console piece to the dash bar. The DC-CD Deutsch plug can be tucked away. If you do not have a DC-CD controller, that can be used for future upgrades. Next, plug in the stereo connectors. Each stereo is a little different. This one happens to be a stock stereo, so all of the stock connectors will match. Some cars will have a black gauge compass pack, and you will have a jumper harness for it. Just pull this to the side for now. Go ahead and put the stereo back into place, tucking the wires in behind it. We accidentally missed one stereo plug, so make sure to check that everything is in place before mounting the stereo. Once you get the stereo situated, you can screw it into place. You will use all black screws for this. Make sure you don't over-tighten the screws here. You can break the plastic of the AC heater unit. Put the center console surround piece on. You'll have a plug for the cigarette lighter and ashtray plug. Push those in until they are locked into place. Once it's secure, you'll go ahead and put your ashtray into place. Thank you for watching part 4 of our installation video. Stay tuned for part 5 where we show you how to install the final interior pieces.